Okay, so now we do the meditation connected with this, which is to focus on toleration or allowance or non-involvement in what is occurring. If you imagine that your mind is an open space like a public park or the marketplace in a big town, all kinds of things happen there. Cars go by, people come in the morning and set up stalls, there may be cooking or preparing things, and then the market closes and it's all put away. And the space of the market square allows all of that to occur. It is without prejudice. Space is not concerned with the content of what is occurring because it's not affected by the content of what is occurring. The market inspectors will come to see that people have paid the fee to rent the stall and that they have health and safety if they're selling food and so on. But the space of the marketplace itself is not at all biased in any direction, nor is it affected. So, when we do the meditation, the simplest way of doing it is just to release into the out-breath, and here we are. And we're here with whatever is going on. Some of what is going on is sensation in the body. Some of what is going on are memories and thoughts. We're meditating with our eyes open. We're not looking around at things, but we're just relaxing in the space in front of us. So, there are appearances, maybe the church bells ring, or a car goes by, or somebody moves, or somebody coughs. There is appearance or manifestation coming and going. As space, we allow it to happen. A thought comes, my shoulder's not good. So now we have a thought of identification. If you follow that thought, not only do you have maybe some associated thoughts about my shoulder, but it sets up the kind of relocation of yourself, not as space, but of situatedness. I'm in my body having thoughts about this. At that point, you just release into a slow out-breath, and there's more flow of experience. Whenever you contract into being somebody somewhere, relax, don't try to change it, just relax and open and observe. This configuration, I'm here, stay with it. What happens? Buddha said, everything is impermanent. Till now, I don't know anybody who has disproved this. So if this is correct, if you just stay open, it will change. Trusting impermanence is very important. Because if impermanence is correct, all of these phenomena will go by themselves. You don't have to act. And this is the key turning point, where you go from being an active, engaged manager of your existence to relaxing into being present with what is there. And what is there is embodied sensation, memories, and so on, all of which are temporary arisings. So this is the heart of the meditation, doing less, experiencing more. Releasing and being present. Releasing and being present. Releasing doesn't mean pushing away. It just means, oh, here you are. Okay? So we just do this, sitting peacefully as an open space, hospitable to everything. So at first with this kind of practice, you don't want to do it for too long because you want to avoid making effort. As we've been looking, we are very caught up in pattern formation. And we often approach our existence the way a doctor would a patient. We interrogate, we ask questions, and we elicit signs and symptoms. And out of that we come to some kind of diagnosis, some kind of formulation or conclusion about what is going on. So we are stringing together the phenomena of the world in terms of an interpretive structure. And the interpretive narrative is like the thread running through a mala or a rosary. In Tantra, we're trying to replace that narrative thread with the thread of the practice. In particular, all that we see is the form of the deity, all that we hear is mantra, and all thoughts and sensations are the minds of the deity, and so on. It's another kind of linking. In Dzogchen, it's slightly different, because everything which occurs, we're trying to leave it just where it is. We're not trying to make any new patterns at all, which means we are staying with the rawness of phenomena. We're not cooking them or preparing them into anything else. Of course, this is quite difficult for us, because we tend to go into these loops of construction. This is the conceptual elaboration we looked at earlier. So again and again, when you get into a loop of activity building up some storyline, just relax a bit in the out-breath and stay open and allow the flow of experience. Sometimes experience repeats itself like a bat that's flown into the room and is banging, trying to find its way out. It's sort of insisting, this is real, this is real. And that's very seductive. But again, just being with that, and eventually that thought or sensation goes. Just is gone. What did it mean? It didn't mean anything. From this point of view, experience is meaningless. That is to say, it's looking excuse me, at the difference between intrinsic meaning or intrinsic value and constructed value. Something appears, it is what it is, and then it's gone. That was its value, was the appearance, was that showing. It's not a means to an end. It's not leading us to any big picture, any general conclusion. It's just that. And then something else is there, and then something else is there. This is what keeps you present in life. For example, if you were skiing or on a mountain bike going down a hill, you have to stay present in what is going on. If you start to reflect on what is occurring, you're likely to have an accident, because the reflection splits you from the situation, and instead of your body being directly attuned to what is unfolding, you've created a triangulation. There's the evolving surface of the hill that you're moving down, there's the movement of your body in relation to it, and now this third point has arisen, you're thinking about what is going on. This is not adding any value at all. In fact, it's devaluing the experience, because you're extrapolated, you're removed out of the lived situation. I think I used this example one time here before of in the last Olympic Games, in the 100 meters, there was a very interesting commentary, because the man who won it, a guy called Bolt, it's a very quick race with these guys. They're very, very, very fast. And in the person whose commentary I heard, they had slowed the film down and they were looking. And all the runners are starting together. So for the first 5 seconds, they're very, very close together. And then he edges just ever so slightly ahead. And the 2 runners on either side, they turn slightly and they look at him. And then he's way ahead. Because they are triangulated. He was just on one point. In that flow or in that zone, he's uninterrupted. But they interrupted themselves by doing comparing and contrasting. Oh shit, where am I? And once that mental elaboration starts, you're displaced from the immediacy of being part of the unfolding. And that's a very, very important experience. And just the same thing is happening in the meditation. As soon as you go into commentary, it feels as if you're doing something useful. And under certain circumstances, in fact, under most circumstances in life, being able to give a commentary is very important. If you remember when you're in school, you go into secondary school, and you have to write an essay on a novel or a poem or a play, and you have to say not only why you liked it, but why you, not only that you liked it, but why you liked it. You have to describe not just what the characters are doing, but why you think they were doing these different things. And you get a lot of marks for giving deeper levels of interpretation. So we get trained to find something that's going on underneath the surface. When poor people submit themselves to certain kinds of psychoanalytic training, they spend endless hours trying to find some hidden secret underneath the surface, some subtext to what is going on. And you get membership of your training organization if you can successfully do that. But that is all elaboration. That's all the insertion of meaning, additional meaning into the situation. In Dzogchen, we're trying to stay just with the freshness of what is there. The simple task is being present as it's unfolding and allowing the flow to continue and be uninterrupted. So let's do the practice again.